Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. Garalif was saying hello as well. We are here in Jiret-menêsh, and well, we'll see what the dwarves would have us do, what else we need to do for the Mêshaget and her army. Let's see.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Hail, Beriathan. I bring word from Mêshaget Shanengari. She has personally requested your aid with her campaign in Iragal. She brings the fight to the Ordâkhai in their fortress. Should you accept her request, seek her out at her forward camp just past the border of Ansheru. Okay, so it seems this one, at least, you were supposed to
Can I do something for
get after completing everything here in Jiret-menêsh. What do we have here? We have tasks, bounties. We can finally unlock some tasks in here. More bounties. Level cap. Missions. Okay.
Who is this then? A friend of Mêshaget?
A man offering help, no less. Interesting indeed. I am Mêshaget and see after the safety of all at Beriathan. I assume you are quite trustworthy, else Mêshaget would not have sent you to me. There's one simple task for which I could use someone's help. I apologize that it's not very exciting, but still it must be done. Ansheru is as dry as Châmelek Gêta's sense of humor, and standing guard is thirsty work. Please take this water skin to Châmelek, who is keeping watch over the road that almost takes to approach the mountain. She will be somewhere nearby looking down upon the road. Châmelek, is that the guard that we met before?
Greetings.
Oh, the Temámir, yeah. A rare day indeed, and welcome. Few have come, and fewer still returned. Long have we labored in the deep, far from the sun and sky. Now, by craft and counsel, the gates are unbarred. The elder and the cautious remain in the halls of stone. Those who yearn for light and the green earth have returned, and we behold the scars left upon the moor. Through dark years and bitter days, we held fast in Jiret-menêsh, our beloved hall. We kept it whole, though the world above faltered and threatened to shake her apart. When the time came to look beyond the doors, many refused. We who rose heard whispers that the long shadow was lifting and that light once more touched the land. Thus came we forward to trade anew and to see if the old pacts may be struck again, to see if elves and even men would share their wealth. Now we seek the trader, the wanderer, and the warrior alike, and by your bearing, you may be all three. Seek the quartermaster. We have brought much in the silent years. If you would aid our return to the world above, there is work to be done and reward for those who earn it.
Greetings.
O there, traveler, our return to the surface is met with both marvel and mourning. When last we look upon these lands, they were green with life and bright with running water. Now dry beds and pools turned foul. Yet the shadow recedes, and so we step forward to trade, to speak, to mend what was broken. Aid us, man, and in return you shall see a share of our wealth and craft.
Greetings.
We are settled now, you know us and we know you. Aid us as we return to the old ways upon the surface, and together we shall see prosperity grow, stone by stone. Crafting runes, maybe crafting. And I guess the barter is in here. I know this is for Delvings, but this is the Temámir, okay.
what do you want?
Master at Jiret-menêsh, just as I thought. We just need to get neutral standing. Some music, crafting. Alright, what is this? A pocket item. Vitality, physical mastery, critical rating. Yeah. Hell yeah. What do I need to do? I need to be ally. Oh boy. And oh my god, I still have a long way to go before reaching neutral. And I need to reach neutral to get the muster. Okay, so Chureka. I mean, the 91 meters shouldn't be that far, right? Right? Ah, I think I see her. Him, I don't know. You spot Chureka, yeah, boy. You have good timing, my friend. My own water skin is empty and I was just thinking of my thirst. I must tell you that I have never spoken to a man before. You are taller than I expected. Only recently has the Gêta allowed us to come to the surface and I am a mere 47 years of age, so I have only recently seen the open sky for the first time. Its vastness is intimidating and I have no love for the wind. This is a good experience though. One must be comfortable with being uncomfortable if they wish to travel, or so I am told, and I would like to see the shoreward stone one day. My thanks for the water, friend, and send the captain my thanks as well. It was really simple, yeah, once you knew where to look.
I thank you for your help.
A woman came by earlier asking after your whereabouts. She said she wanted to talk to you, but I am unsure where she went. So let me see, we have here healer, provisioner, supplier. The usual stuff. The milestone. Very useful while we get the neutral standing in here. Oh, who's standing over there? There's a vault keeper. There's another quest to grab.
Greetings.
Most of us who came to the surface did so because we want to trade. Not many visitors have come to us and there have been no trade caravans yet. Some of the bravest among us have left to make deals with the Temámir of the Shoreward Stone, but I am a jeweler, not a trader, and I am certainly no adventurer. I fear that I will be left behind without a trade partner, but I have an idea. I have heard that Khanâg Gur still does business, does it not? If someone were to go there and speak to their leader, perhaps they could sell my goods or take them to a market elsewhere. You warned her that the leader of Khanâg Gur is as likely to steal from her as he is to help her. I can afford the risk. I will start small, and if I am cheated, then I will stop trading with them. Would you speak to them on my behalf? Yeah. You really shouldn't be trusting that guy at Khanâg Gur. Lovely pool, by the way. What else do we have here?
What might I do for you?
Well met, Beriathan. Your arrival at Jiret-menêsh is grist for the meal, as they say. You are quite a lively topic of conversation. I have not spoken to a visitor in 100 years. The jovial dwarf chuckles and bows to you. But how rude of me, I should introduce myself. I am Goveshir Firmhand, Master Smith of Jiret-menêsh. I have heard you are well traveled. I envy the sights you have likely seen, though I am no warrior and am happy to live a quiet life. I wonder though if you would be willing to keep an eye out for something for me. Since returning to the surface, I have had unusual dreams. I dream of a starlit night with falling stars trailing fires streaking across the sky. They look so close, you could almost touch them. It is not unheard of for such things to be seen from the height of the sky, but I cannot help but feel like these dreams bear a message. When these stars land, they leave iron ore unlike any from a mine. It is stronger, resistant to rust, and must be worked at a higher temperature. We call it beaded kivur, the noble iron. I believe in my heart that I am to use beaded kivur to craft an axe. Not just any axe, but my life's masterwork. I must do this thing, but I am only suited for the forge, not for adventures in the wilds. If you happen to come across beaded keyboard during your travels in Ansheru, would you collect it and bring it to me? Okay. Wow. You would have thought a quest like this, you would get it as you enter this place and not as you are almost done with it? I'll help you, but I don't know how long it will take me. Well met, traveler. I have a question and I was wondering if you could help me find the answer. No offense meant to you and yours, but we have had many problems with men coming to Ansheru to pillage its once rich resources. The result is the landscape you see around you today. In an earlier age, we went to war with men who wanted the greatest treasure of all, Jiret-menêsh. This war ended with an agreement that men were allowed to mine in other parts of Ansheru, but there were provisions that they cause no harm to the land and do not mar its beauty. Their kings swore an oath to this, and for many generations of men the oath was kept. When these Ordâkhai arrived from the south, they did not know of this oath, though it was made on behalf of all men. But I do not think they would have cared even if they had known about it. They cut down and hauled off all of the trees that fueled their war machine. They dug pit mines, horrible things those. Their final blow was the Din of Stone, causing massive unnatural earthquakes that surely collapsed many mines and stopped the flow of the river Usal. It was then that Châmelek Gêta had had enough of men and sealed the doors of Jiret-menêsh shut to the outside world. I cannot help but wonder though, did all of the other mines collapse? Could any of them be reopened? In what state will we find the pit mines? Since you are unafraid to traverse this land, would you be willing to visit these locations and tell me how they fare? I am most curious about Erakundo, Gevarakor, Adasar, and Lakindar. And at least some of them sound familiar. This place looks fantastic, but it's a little bit labyrinthian for me. A little bit lost here.
There you are.
I wanted to thank you for all you have done. Getting me here safely was no small thing, and rescuing Taklu was an extraordinary act. I dare say I have never met another like you so willing to help others. I will make sure Dorward Azagaya knows of your heroism. Kagami gives you a respectful bow.
Kagami's words speak the truth, my friend.
Your willingness to help people tells much about your noble nature. You are exceptional indeed.
I would like to introduce you to Châmelek Gêta.
She can be a stubborn old mule though, I can say this only because she is my grandmother. He gives you a hearty laugh from his belly and you get the sense that despite his words, he loves the stubborn old mule. She is not fond of us being on the surface at all, so I expect her to be disagreeable about having visitors. I suggest that by bringing her a gift worthy of a Gêta, she would look upon you with more open mind. The Ordâkhai outpost of Onabóha is comically close to Jiret-menêsh, considering the men there have yet to notice us. It would be more humorous if they didn't pose a deadly threat to us. Should Koth Rao send them troops to support an attack on us, we would stand very little chance of survival. Regardless, if you went to Onabóha and stole a treasure from the Ordâkhai, it would be doubly impressive. Not only would you give her a treasure, but one from her feared enemy. Not being able to pay their soldiers would also make things difficult for them. It would also show the Gêta that they are not as invulnerable as she seems to believe. Okay, we can get inside the mountain, and I think that's where we will find Shenzamin, speaking on behalf of Misari. But it doesn't feel right to me if I don't do these first, because it seems like we're not supposed to come in there until we have everything we need to present ourselves to the Gêta. But this has answered the question I had from the previous episode. Why the dwarf that we met back at the other outpost was so wary of outsiders and and not allowing us to come, but why Mêshaget, on the other hand, is so open about it. And I think the fact that he is the grandson of the leader of Jiret-menêsh gives him a little bit of leeway to do things his own way, but most other dwarves would still be will not be as open to receiving men again. The trade is reopened anyway, so that dwarf from earlier still seems a little bit douchey to me, but now I don't think we can get enough of that noble iron. With the things we would be doing right now, which is just attacking the Ordâkhai at their camp. But at some point we'll need to get back into Ansheru, and we need to explore the other mines as well. We have already found a couple of them, not all of them, so as we explore the area, I think we'll have plenty of chances to gather that noble iron. In fact, we're a little bit far, at least by the looks of it, but still relatively close, that I wouldn't mind start picking up some of that ore before attacking the Ordâkhai. Yellow onion? No. Who is attacking me now? I wonder. Salt encrusted stone? No. Stupid beetles, leave me alone. You're just a pest. Broadbox Slayer of Ansheru, you gotta be kidding me. One out of 50. Okay. And I think I see the entrance to the Ordâkhai camp from here, so that's also a good one. Are you supposed to be... You have discovered Onabóha. Weren't you supposed to give me a quest there? You have the quest rings. There we go. Ordâkhai patrols from Onabóha attempt to maintain the Great Southern Empire's control of Western Ansheru. Perhaps someone should make the job more difficult for them. Great. Alright, so... search for a worthy gift. What could be deemed worthy? I wonder. Ordâkhai patrols from Onabóha are finding it more difficult to maintain the Great Southern Empire's control of Western Ansheru thanks to your efforts. Oh, we were so close. But as I thought, the worthy gift, it's going to be inside this tent. At least I hope it is. You spot a chest loaded with treasure. Right on time. Right. Ordâkhai treasure. Time to go. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Time to go indeed. All right, so oops.
Oh, that is a handsome treasure indeed.
Yes, she would find that agreeable. I already sent a messenger inside to request an audience. They should be back at any moment. Ah, we have our invite. Come, let us not waste any time. If fortune is with you, the ruler of Jiret-menêsh will be more polite than Havati. I hope you're right. Just in case, though.
My grandson speaks very highly of you.
I wonder if you are truly worthy of his praise. You bow and hand her the box of treasure. She opens it and briefly appraises the gold and gems within. You have done well. I am told this was taken from the Ordâkhai of Sheru. A difficult deed as well as a noble gesture, though I am sure you received counseling from one who knows me well. She hands the box off to her steward as Mêshaget's cheeks grow flushed with embarrassment. It is of no matter. Thank you for the fine gift. For the sake of all, I hope you did not lead our enemy to our front door. I know not if you are aware of the danger Mêshaget has put himself and some of our kin in. My grandson fought hard to have the doors of Jiret-menêsh reopened. It is an understandable desire for those of less than 100 years, but it is foolhardy nonetheless. That finishes explaining things. Though Varkush is no more, evil has not died with him. Evil lives ever on in the hearts of men and has broken the land beyond repair. Even the Avavar Quinta have not the power to heal this land. But still, the mountain provides all that we need. we do not need to involve ourselves with anything outside of our halls, and to do so is to invite disaster. Mêshaget is naive and does not know what the real world is like. He and others of his generation have been sheltered their whole lives. I understand the yearning for more, but the world that they yearn for does not exist. I must allow them to make their own mistakes and only hope that the lesson does not cost them their lives. After much debate, I relented and allowed those who wish to serve us to do so with some terms. My first priority is to protect these halls and the dwarves within. Therefore, should we be subject to attack, the doors will close immediately. We will not hold them open for anyone, including my grandson. We will send no help, and they will be left to whatever fate befalls them. Honestly, I regret my decision to allow this. I see no good that can come of it, but a promise from Gêta will not be broken. She leans back in her throne. You may come and go as you will, Beriathan, but know this. Should you lead the Ordâkhai to Jiret-menêsh, you will be responsible for the deaths of many innocent dwarves.
Greetings.
Châmelek Gêta, the ruler of Jiret-menêsh, listens as you introduce yourself and the Hamati soldiers Kishatal and Shenzamin. You go on to relate your treatment at Khanâg Gur, and the dwarf leader frowns. This dwarf Hamati is not immediately known to me, but I have been most busy with affairs within Jiret-menêsh itself. The operation of distant outposts on the surface I leave to others. I will hear the words of Renewed Hamât, but it is customary for such dignitaries to lend some assistance when they arrive as a showing of good faith. Two such problems currently trouble my people: an infestation of Greatbeak and a host of worms. Does Hamât intend to help us with these matters? Wow, what a beautiful hall. But this place is huge.
If this is the custom, we should see it done.
I leave the choice to you, Beriathan. The Temámir wish for us to help them deal with either the Greatbeak or the worms. We will help them with both. Choose the threat with which you will deal, and Kishatal and I will handle the other. Each of these foes can be found outside Jiret-menêsh, to the east and to the west. I still think we'll need to go to both places for the deed, most likely. So... Oh, no, 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 no! Oh! Boy! And this thing keeps going down. I mean, it's a wonderful place. But doesn't seem like there is anything for us to see. That went well. She was in a good mood today. Mêshaget laughs at your skepticism.
I bid you welcome.
Truly, if she did not like you, she would have said very little and would have told you to finish your business here and be on your way. Yes!
That I am largely responsible for the opening of the doors, such as it is.
Level 156. So first of all, we need to reforge. It is true that I am largely responsible for the opening of the doors, such as it is. I did not do it entirely on my own, though. Many in Jiret-menêsh felt as I did, and I also found the courage to stand up to Châmelek Gêta from trading letters with a friend. His name is Sâdikiz, and he is a Temámir who was banished from Jiret-menêsh many years ago. He also pushed for opening the doors and was so willful that he angered Châmelek Gêta. She dubbed him the Sky Hungry and cast him out from the city, telling him that if he craved the sky so much, he could go die under it. I expect she thought he did just that, but the world is not as perilous as she believes. He has had many adventures and has returned to Ansheru. He can often be found in Khanâg Gur. You should meet him. I admire him in many ways. He may yet prove to be a valuable ally to you, as he has been for me. Look for his boar. If you see it, he cannot be far. Right, but where is the forge master? I thought I saw him upstairs. I mean, if anything, there should also be another forge master at Khanâg Gur, so... Oh! The Gretbig and the worms. Okay. In that case, I think we can do the Gretbig, because it seems there is a path that will take us to most of the iron we need. And, some of those mines we need to explore as well.
Sakori will persevere.
You have arrived at Khanâg Gur? This is the bounty. Ah, this is the boar. A boar is hitched outside of the tavern. Sâdikiz is probably inside. Oh. Didn't know this was a tavern.
What to expect. You enter the dark and dingy tavern in search of the exiled Sâdikiz, the sky hungry.
And he doesn't seem to be doing well. Oof. Oh, Dashu. Pay what you owe, dwarf. I will. I promise you. Yes, you will. Someone is here. Okay, so they both surrendered, it seems. The ruffians have fled. To whom do I owe my thanks, stranger? You came in just in time. You introduce yourself and tell him you are friends with Mêshaget, who wanted you to meet. Did he, now? In that case, I shall send him my thanks for my timely rescue also. Come, let us talk outside. Hey, are you going to buy anything? Questionable brew? No, thank you. As you may have overheard, I currently owe a debt to some of the locals. It seems that they are not particularly patient and sought to split my repayment.
As you may have overheard, I currently owe a debt to some of the locals.
You have spared me from many bruises, or perhaps worse. Like totally critical rating. If we could get some essences in there, maybe this could be an upgrade to those. But I think we can, yeah.
Although my debt is that of coin, I have a plan to pay it in the form of a valuable substance.
However, thanks to an old injury, I find myself unable to collect it. You have felt me already once today, but I wonder if you would be willing to aid the friend of a friend again. Here in Ansheru there are hot springs that are home to large rockworms. These worms have glands that contain a toxin that is valuable for its use in alchemy. If you were able to collect 8 of these glands, I could sell them to the right buyer for enough to cover my debt. Would you aid an old battered dwarf? The nearest hot spring where you can find rockworms is the pool of Taridim, just to the west of here. There is another hot spring in the north, the Sething-wells, where they can also be found. If you want to help, you should go there to hunt for the beasts. Yeah, that's where I was headed anyways. But, I mean, we can also explore that pool because that's definitely gonna be more locations for the deed. Beriathan, what brings you to me? You ask Shum if he has any interest in a trade agreement with a Temámir jeweler from Jiret-menêsh. Interesting. I myself am not, but I know many people and may still be able to help you. I would need you to do something for me first, of course. I sell supplies to the Ordâkhai at Koth-Rau. It is why they allow us to keep Khanâg Gur in business. Among those supplies are foodstuffs that resist spoilage, very useful for an army. I happen to find myself with more of these rations than the Ordâkhai wanted to buy, and I need to sell them. There is gold invested in them, and I need it back. Should you find yourself in Koth-Rau and the rations they bought from me happen to go missing, they would need to replace their lost supplies. Do you follow me? If this thing happens, I will see to it that this jeweler of yours has a buyer. Why do you insist on making me go back to Koth-Rau when I want to be done with it? Please move. Oh boy. There we go. So I will do that, but first... Yeah, let me grab... Just wanna reach the pool, unlock that, well, check that for the deed, and then we'll head north. And in fact, I have an idea that, well, I don't know if you would agree with me or not, but I'll let you know when we get there. Hopefully I remember, hopefully I'm not. I don't make any silly mistakes. You have discovered the pools of Taridim. I cannot move again. Okay, there we go. Please. I don't want to lag in here because I'm pretty sure I'm running a risk by just running around trying to see if there is something noteworthy in here, which there seems to not. Ah, encased crystal. Missing required key. Ah, but I need to complete acquaintance. Oh boy. Ah, boy, I forgot to reforge. God. I'm not coming back for that. With a little bit of luck, we can maybe get to Gadimun before the end of the episode, and I can reforge there. Alrighty. Ah, stupid beetles. Not gonna bother with you. To find a way down that hopefully doesn't involve breaking a leg. Not that hard, all things considered. You have discovered the Sething-wells. Please don't make me regret this. Warren Bane of Anshedu, really? Alright. I got them, they got me. Okay. Fair exchange, I think. Had I moved out of the puddle, maybe I would have survived. Now there is some ore around here that maybe I can grab really quick. With that keyword, yeah. So, and I think if we follow the riverbed to the north, we might find a path to... I mean, the ore, the noble iron, sort of traces a path back to Garimun, so that's what I'm hoping for. Now, here we have the misplaced axes. And the idea that I had... We need to pick 4 of those, I believe. Yeah, if we only pick 3 of them... like these 3... the quest still remains open, so that I can go back and do the great big over here. Or do I pick up the axe? I mean, collect egg clusters. Because if we pick up this axe, next time we are back in Jiret-menêsh, we can finish this quest, and that will finally allow us to continue with the epic. So, change of plans, I guess. Just wanted to make sure I still had the location marked on the map, so that I didn't forget to explore it. But I hope I can remember on my own. Now, there seems to be a path indeed. Might be a little tricky to find, but if we are lucky, we can get plenty of Elite Master. Okay, yeah. Maybe not through here. Yeah, we only need to follow the trail of iron back to Gadimun, and that's gonna give us plenty of ore, not all of it, but... who knows, maybe we find something else interesting as we traverse this path. Other than Red Big Queens. That I really don't want to fight right now. Oh, rich deposit. You're gonna make me fight them for that, right? Come over here. Yeah, basically, we'll get most of the ore as we make our way to Garimun, and then whatever we have missing, we can also pick up along the way as we look for one of the mines that we need to explore as well. So yeah, we're halfway through already. That's nice. Ah, another rich deposit. Good. Yeah, as I thought, there is a path back to Garimun. And the iron is leading us through it. Gold encrusted stone. Can we pick this one up? No, we need neutral. That's a shame. Oh, this seems to be one of those elite masters. No, it's just a signature. Maybe a hidden deed or something? Enemies have unshadowed, yeah. Gil Harkoon, I did see that one. Hunter of Aragim. Hunter of Aragim, but we are in Ansheru. Doesn't make any sense. Alright. 8 out of 12. So yeah, we seem to be doing good. We're back in Garimun. Here is the Forge Master. Really looking forward to it.
The Jatsakori will persevere.
Okay, so that second reforge is not available yet, it seems. Will become available at a later point, I guess. Don't remember. Was it like so when Umbar released? What about Retina Sheru? Okay. The Roost of the Anzuri? No idea. Urutush? No idea. The Arch of Adazar and the Slope of Shalahin. The Slope of Shalahin. Is the one that we need to remember to explore with the Gretbik infestation. The Arch of Adazar is one of the mines, okay. Good to know. Okay, Viret were collected, 9 out of 12. Christ. I'm just wandering around. I don't know where I'm going. But if I can get this one. And then there's one right by the entrance to the mines, so... there we go. Kavara Quarry is another one that I already... Okay, I can explore those too then, I guess. Yeah, hopefully I have enough time to do that. Unless each one of these locations then ends up having their own quest. Because from all the areas in the expansion so far, this one seems to be like the most traditional in a way. Where is the friggin' Viret Kibur? The mine is called the Spent Loads and it's possibly collapsed. Yeah, I think that's a good guess. Alright. All the beaded keywords collected. The Varakor we can also take care of, and then we'll be back to Khanâg Gur. Whoa. This is an open pit mine still in use by the Ordâkhai. Yeah, I can tell. Maybe a bad idea coming here, but... well, not a bad idea. We still needed to do that, but... running blind straight to the entrance. That might have been a bad idea. I didn't expect that one to be populated.
Well, my dad, you got him?
Thank you, Beriathan. You are truly a lifesaver. While you were gone, I found myself thinking about the safety of Jiret-menêsh. Since the arrival of these new orcs, the Ordâkhai seem more determined than ever to make everyone miserable. Tell me, do you know what defenses they have in place? What is their plan should an attack come? You tell him that you are not privy to that information. Ah, that is too bad then. Thank you all the same.
Are you returning to Jiret-menêsh?
If so, would you deliver this letter to Mêshaget? I want to thank him for introducing us and catch up on how the boy is doing. We often send letters to each other. The written word was once the only way we could talk to one another before he convinced that old crone to release her prisoners. If you would be so kind as to deliver this to him, I would be forever grateful. Sure, but first we also need to destroy the provisions in Kothrau again, headed there for the 18th time. That, however, will need to wait until the next one. For the time being, though, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.